in 2017, I was ending my career with the government. I wanted to do something different. My daughter, she was a prep cook, and she had various jobs around the city, working for a few restaurants, fast food restaurants as well. And I told her, I said, look, I'm about to like leave this safe and sound government job and go for my passion, do something different in life. And I said, you're gonna have to do something different too, because you can't depend on me any longer. And I want you to be able to, provide for your family, and get, maintain a steady job. So I asked her what she wanted to do, and she said she wanted to cook. And I was like, okay, well, at the time I was a membership chair of the Greenmount West Community Association, and they were starting a local farmers market. And so I decided to say, hey, this would be a great opportunity for us to jump in and start something. Let's do something like hot dogs. We can make it fun. We opened up in that market in May 2017. And we ended up being the anchor to that farmers market. It was very small, but it was because it was just for the community. But we offered a vegan dog, and we offered a beef dog that we made from scratch. So what happened was we decided we wanted to just do the beef dog. We didn't even put the vegan dog on our menu. Nobody was doing vegan dogs at the time. And so we didn't put it on our menu, but we knew we were in an area near Micah, artists, people who are super healthy and conscious about what they eat. And we said, let's have an alternative just in case. And so when people said they didn't eat hot dogs, we were like, well, we have a vegan dog, and so people would say, well, why it's not on your menu? And they try it and they're like, this is awesome. Like, why don't you guys have this on your menu? And we were looking at each other like, I don't know. So we ended up putting it on our menu, and it became very popular because nobody else had vegan hot dogs. So we have 3 different meat alternatives. We have a jerk chicken hot dog, we have a beef hot dog, and we have the vegan hot dog. We also sell drinks, we have sides. So total, we probably have about 20 different products that we now sell in store. When we're out and we're doing events, it's always kids. They're like, hot dogs, so we really rave with the kids. And then, when we, our hot dogs are a little different because we top them with fruit, like we have a pineapple express dog that has pineapples on it. So the kids are looking like, I like pineapples, so they'll try it every now and then, but they're not definitely, more with the basic hot dogs, basic, just mustard and ketchup. Oh no, we have a restaurant now. So we actually have the bulk of our clientele is folks who are just looking for something different to eat. So, we offer all of the third-party delivery apps, or most of them anyway. And we just opened in downtown Baltimore on Charles Street. Oh, we're looking to make this franchisable. Like, we want to be able to have healthy hot dogs in every big city where people can kind of build their hot dog to taste, sort of like a Chipotle or, Subway. Oh, wow. So yeah, so our very first year, we took out a Kiva loan, which is a no interest loan. You go on their platform, and there's people there who are, giving money to small businesses that they feel will do well. And we started with Kiva with just like a $2,500 loan our first year, just to see if, to test our product, to see if it would make it. And we got about 47 contributors to that. We paid it off in like 2 years. That was actually below our target. We were going for $50,000 first, but because the summer had kicked in so fast, we started getting busy very fast, and we had some things we were trying to complete with our first location. We actually pulled out of that once we met our threshold. And then, so now we're looking to do our second raise. we did. I think when we first started, you know, me just being very optimistic about the whole process, went for a traditional loan with the bank, and they're like, well, you need 3 years and you need all of this paperwork. And I'm like, well, we just started. Like,
Yeah.
what are we supposed to do? Went to family, you know, they contributed to our first crowdfunding with Kiva. So, you know, it was a very hard process in the beginning to get started and get the funding that we needed, but we were able to be scrappy and go through that first year and do very well. You know, just very fun things. One of them was early investors, you get a 1.8% instead of the 1.6% return. We also offered like this happy birthday club. So, you know, you get one of our cheesecakes with a hot dog every year for your birthday for free, and another person. So if it was, you know, one more person, you get 2 combos for free, and that included a personalized cake. And then we also offered a t-shirt and hat for early investors as well. So more so like a loan, because we're paying it back every quarter to all of our investors. But the great thing about is that you only pay from out of your profits and a percentage of those profits. So it's not all of your profits. I can't remember exactly the amount of profits, but if you don't make a profit, you don't have to pay your, you know, them back. If you do, then it's a percentage of your profits that goes back to your investors. So it was definitely just getting people to contribute, right? When we started it, it was our first time doing a raise of that size. It was my first time actually putting myself out there on a platform like, hey, we're really gonna do this, like this is happening. And just talking to folks, you know, at the same time I'm trying to run a business. We were in the middle of COVID, so things were fluctuating all the time. So that was the biggest challenge, is just repeatedly going back to your friends and your community and people who would be interested and supporting you and seeing the growth of your business. Yeah, so I started with email, you know, and then I followed up with a phone call. And then after that, it was, of course, social media. Actually, it was a number of emails. It just wasn't one. So constantly following up with emails and then reaching out and saying, hey, did you get my email? This is where we are. And keeping people up to date on you know, the time frame with the raise, what we were looking to do, if they had any questions, because, you know, that process was just not unique to us, but it was unique to most of the people who contributed. I had a good 60 people on my email list, and I probably got about half of those to actually contribute. And then, you know, through my social media and other ways of contact, who are people who I know, they've seen me do things in the past, but maybe not personally. They would inquire or, you know, want more information. So that just took a lot of time, because I had to talk about the process, what we were doing. A lot of them may or may not have heard from me in years, and they're like, well, what's going on? And you're doing hot dogs now? Like, what happened to the other thing you're doing? Because I'm always doing something. So
yeah,
you know, it definitely a lot of talking and a lot of engaging. Well, there really wasn't any cost other than my time. You know, everything else was, you know, I did do a get together, a small like get together to kind of introduce what we were doing to the space and things like that. That cost me maybe about $300 or $400 just to give away free food and, you know, have a little bit of music there and things like that. But that
did you have to do a video?
I did a video, but thankfully I was able to use an intern from Loyola to do my video and didn't have to pay much there. So that was a great part of being a part of my Loyola tribe. I had recently completed the Entrepreneurs um, um, cohort with Loyola, hosted by Loyola. And so I was able to get attached to some great students over there who were willing to do a lot of that for free. Definitely connect with your community. People who know you, people who you think would support you, definitely connect with them. And it could be something small, like give them a flyer or something like that about your business, and let them know that you're looking to grow your business and you would love to have their support. It's always about like letting them know how important they are to the growth of your business. And I've always tried to share that with whomever I engaged with about supporting us. We're looking to do another raise in March. We're just putting together some of the pieces now. With us being on Charles Street, we have a great foundation and family of support within the Charles Historic District. So I'm looking to rear them in on helping us grow in the Charles Street neighborhood. So that's why it's so important to tap into your community and get their support as well.